Enchanted Emerald. This is Melissa bringing you a card pull for the weekend read for this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, September 18th and 19th, 2021. As we get started here, as always, if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube, please don't hesitate to hit that red button below, that subscribe button, and the bell so that you're in the know of all of the amazing content as it is released. I'll be working on some more love readings. I know I've been slacking a bit, guys. I've been slacking this week. Been a little bit preoccupied, but I will get back with it after I work this weekend. I will be working on things next week, starting on Monday again. As always, if you are interested in your own personal reading, I will have that website below, the Square website, and you can click that in the box below and get your own personal reading booked with me. And I would love to be able to meet up with you guys, or even just send you a reading. That's okay too, so I can record them and send them, or send them in your email. So as always here, I use the traditional Rider-Waite deck. That's my go-to deck, and I am really curious about what this is. I do have a hunch, and so we have the Temperance card for Saturday. And for Sunday, we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands. Very interestingly, though, we have the Tower on the bottom of the deck, okay? So I really feel as though there's, a sense that things are falling apart. But in order for things to come together in the way that it's meant to be for you, in essence, some things do tend to have to fall apart first, right? And so, or maybe you're feeling like it's falling apart, but there is a piece that's falling away so that we can move into a new chapter. And I do feel energetically, there is new, big, wonderful things on the horizon for us, okay? So beautiful energy here as we enter into this. Spirit is saying the word justice to me, though. That's a word that's coming through to describe the energy for the weekend. Justice is on the menu, they said. So, it will be served. And, I do feel that there is an overall feeling that the light will prevail, the good will prevail. And so you will be winning. It's not going to look like you're winning initially, but on the other side of things, yes, you will be in the winning seat. And so I do feel like energy will eventually be moving quickly. It's not necessarily going to come in very quickly. I do feel like this scurrying or scampering, right, where things are going to be going in a million different directions. And I feel like and how you respond to that's going to be really important to where you are in your mental state, your mindset, where you are being called to go, where your focus is. And I feel as though, it's like fear or excitement. You can be scurrying in fear, or you can be scurrying in excitement, right? And I do feel, that's attesting to how we're focusing on the bigger vision here, right? And so seeing the bigger picture of everything. What I do, here is the lyrics to that Rihanna song, where you take a bow, because you put on quite a show. It was really entertaining. So I feel that there will be a big exit, right, out of our lives. People, places, situations, circumstances, right? But know that even though you feel like this was something that may not have been, necessary, Spirit is saying it was necessary, especially if you're feeling as though there's things that you're going through that are like really, like things are overboard. Maybe you're feeling like this is like enough is enough. Know that things don't happen as quickly sometimes, and it's all still purposeful. It's all for a reason. Now, it is definitely some, feeling like it's kind of outlandish. Maybe you're going to be hearing news that seems outlandish. It's going to sound really bizarre. Maybe you will feel as though the circumstances surrounding the situation as it crumbles apart is really bizarre. Just take things in stride, right? Just keep it moving. I do feel as though there is an energy that surrounds this of scorn, right? Or like of contempt, where there's this climax that's been building of, like it's a show that's been building that, where the circumstances and things that have been surrounding this situation have kind of been built up to be bigger, and some things are not as important that you thought were really important, and some things that you didn't think were important are really important. So you're kind of going to be caught off guard maybe. So that's what I really feel with that. And I do feel, where you're placing your energy and focus might be skewed just a little bit, right? Where you feel like this isn't important, or this is worthless to the situation. You might find that completely opposite come the end of the weekend, okay? I do feel like you might feel like people are intrusive, might be feeling like people are kind of putting their 2 cents in when they don't need to put their 2 cents in. Really just stay to yourself. My advice would be to take a second to really think about what you're saying, or to not react at all, right? I think right now, feeding into that energy isn't worth your energy. Okay, so really trying to engage people in conversations about things to try to change their mind is going to be futile. In the future, there'll be a time and space for you to engage that and have a conversation, engage those people and have a conversation, because they're going to be more open to that. Right now is not the time. Okay, so for you, I think that it's better for you to conserve your energy by keeping to yourself, keeping maybe some of your thoughts and opinions to yourself at this time, and just listening, observing, right? Responding only when absolutely necessary, and really making sure that you're still just being true to yourself, honoring yourself, right? I do feel like the devil is going to be in the details with things, okay? So, I feel like there could be an exchange of money. I feel that this is maybe somebody owes you money, or you feel as though somebody owes you money, and it may not necessarily be money. Maybe you feel like somebody owes you in some way, shape, or form, whether that is energetically or financially. I feel like there is some resentment that's building with that, right? So that's just something to be mindful of. But the devil in the details here, I really feel as though you can know somebody's intentions before they state their intentions, right? So if somebody doesn't talk to you ordinarily, and then they come up to you because you've been all of a sudden assigned, say, in a class to work as a group, and they start to be buttery up to you, and they're like, hey, they're going to ask you, can I be in your group, right? So ahead of time. I feel like this person, their intentions have been set for a long time. You've seen this, so maybe my example was kind of not a great example, but you've seen this person or these people, and you've seen their intentions, and they've not been very great, right? Like, their intentions toward you I don't want to say that they want to do harm to you, but they haven't really had the greatest intention for you, right? Like, they're not considering your feelings. They don't care. They don't care about how you feel. They don't care whether there's something that you need. They don't care whether you have things that are to be done a certain way according to your morals and standards and values. They don't care, right? What they care about is themselves. And so you might have seen this like way back, maybe a long time ago, kind of seen this happening, right? But you kind of just go along, you're going with the flow, you're like, there's nothing I can do about it, I can't change these things. And so you've just kind of like given in, just a little bit here and there, given in. And that's like to the point where, like you do with children, right? Like you give them an inch and then they want to take a mile. This is the mile. We're at the mile, okay? And so, I feel like you can't ignore this anymore, okay? And so I think it's really important for you to pay attention to where you're placing your energy. Pay attention to where you're placing your focus. And understand that this person or these people, they don't have the best intentions for you, okay? So right now it's about protecting yourself and doing what you need to do for yourself, right? And it doesn't have to, you don't have to make this hard. It's very simple. It's super simple, right? Anything that you do now, any step that you take, any action that you take in a direction that you feel is the best direction for you, Spirit will support you. I feel like it will, like the energetic of that is going to return to you tenfold. Like Spirit's going to completely support you in whatever path that you're taking or choosing for yourself, okay? Just trust that the path will work out. I do feel that there is a need for you to stay with that path. Once you choose that path, that's the path. Stay on that path, right? And I do feel like there's a need for you to claim it, whether you are speaking your truth, whether you're expressing your truth. How are you expressing yourself? Where and in what situations are you expressing yourself? Knowing when it's a good time to express yourself, and again, knowing when this is a time that I'm going to stay to myself. It isn't worth my time to argue with somebody, right? I'm going to keep my vibe high and understand that I am in control of me and nobody else, right? So understanding that once you get down that path so far, there's no turning back, and understand that there is no turning back now. I feel like we're past that point already. We're to a point of no return. If you are longing for the past, if you're longing for things to go back to how they were, it's never going to happen. We're never going to be back to a place that we once were at. It's just not going to happen. So understanding that, and understanding that where we go in the future, what path we're choosing now, really is important, okay? Understanding that it's not about my path and what I'm on and what you're on. It's for the betterment of all. It's for what path are we on together, right? It doesn't matter what choice I make and what choice you make. We're all on the same path. We're all on the same path, right? It's like, the Titanic going across the sea, right? We're all on the Titanic, okay? And we're getting to that iceberg. Maybe we already done hit the iceberg, let me be honest. We done hit the iceberg, and, it's time. It's time for us to make that choice. Do we stay on the ship and act like nothing is happening? Do we? Do we sing? Or do we get out there like the survivors, like, outwit, outlast, outplay? Do we get out there and try to outwit, outlast, outplay all of the others? Are we going to be making that choice for ourselves? Because I know if I'm on the Titanic, and I said this actually to my friend, because I was like, I think I could be one of those people that's like out there playing the one of the violins and singing and acting like nothing is happening. And I think for peace, right, sometimes we do that. We distract ourselves with TV or whatever, and allow ourselves to have this moment of peace where we are not focusing on our worries and concerns, right? And that's okay. But you don't want to stay there. You want to know what's happening. You need to be abreast of some of the situations that are happening around you, right? Because otherwise you're going to, if maybe you're sitting there playing the violin and you have no idea that they hit the iceberg, and you have no idea that it's taken on water, and you have no idea it's going to sink to the bottom, If you don't take off those rose-colored glasses to see that, oh, geez, we're taking on some water. Maybe I should try to do something to save myself. You could be sinking to the bottom of the ocean, right? So you step outside the box and you do the outlast, outplay, and you decide, okay, what am I going to do now? What can I do to help myself and to help others to get out of this situation, to improve our situation? And how can we build a better future? That's really what I feel with that. How can we build a better future out of the rubble, out of this situation, right? And so if you're on the Titanic, can we salvage some stuff and build some more floating pieces out of the headboards, so Jack can get up on there with Rose, or whatever that looks like. How can you salvage this? Okay, because we can't go back. There's no going back to the shore you were on. There's no going across to the shore, unless you have a lifeboat. What's your lifeboat? How are you going to save yourself? And how are you going to make this situation better? How can you improve it? And not just for you, but for everybody, right? So, I know that's a lot. It was a lot. Things have just been building and feeling that way. And I got off on a tangent. Anyhow, so moving into self-care for Self-Care Sunday. 3 cards actually came out of the Sacred Self-Care deck. Sacred Self-Care. And so I went with it. And so the first one is take a walk. To get outside and to take a walk on Sunday and the upcoming week. Now this brings a lot of balance to us, right? You can make it part of your routine. You get outside, you can walk barefoot, you can ground yourself, right? And then with this, I feel the word reverberate comes in with that. Okay, so whether each step that you take, you use a mantra, the I am, whether you are hearing sounds repeated in the environment that's helping to bring balance, right? Whether that's sound healing, nature sounds, water sounds. I don't know if you hear my Alexa, the water sounds. There is something that is going to speak to you, I feel, when you get out there and take a walk on Sunday or this upcoming week, okay? And I feel like that's a step in the right direction. Okay, for somebody, it's a step in the right direction. I feel things have kind of fallen by the wayside for a little while, and this is going to help to make you feel like you've gotten back on track in some way, shape, or form. Okay, and then the other one that comes through is massage. Now with this one, I feel this is super relaxing, and it can get you into a very deeply relaxing state. And what that does is it helps us to release not just our physical tension, but it helps us to release our emotions with reflexology. And so it helps us to be mindful as well, because it brings up maybe certain areas that can trigger certain emotions. And it gets us in tune with our body-mind connection. And so I feel like it's important, if you were to go get a massage, to pay attention to how you're feeling and what thoughts come up for you. Maybe do a journaling exercise after your massage, right? Or maybe going for a walk after your massage and kind of processing things, how you're feeling, paying attention to that. Because I feel with that massage, it helps us to be present and be mindful. And as we're being present and we're being mindful, we're not worried about the future. We're not projecting into the future. We're not focused on the past, things that we can't change in the past, right? It's a waste of time. And in the end, Spirit always, always, always repeats to me, none of this matters. We're just here to experience, have a human experience. We are spirits having a human experience. Okay? So being present, you're going to be more mindful after your massage, right? To when you go for a walk, hear the birds chirping and see the pretty flowers and feel the warmth of the sunshine. But if you are not being mindful and not being present because you're worried about what's going to happen next week or next month, or tomorrow even, right? Or this evening, what are you going to make for dinner? Whatever is going through your mind, you're going to miss everything that's happening. Whether you have this beautiful conversation, with your child, whether you're feeling the grass beneath your feet, there's just a lot of beautiful moments that Spirit is there to support you with if you're just paying attention. And then the last one is to watch a movie, okay? So watching a movie, I really love this one. I love to just sit and relax. And this is such an amazing escape to watch a movie. It can bring us laughter. It can bring us tears, right? If you're watching something sad. And what that does is it can trigger within us, the tears can trigger within us feelings of our own that we need to release that maybe have just been pent up and we weren't aware of. It can trigger the laughter, and that can release stress hormones. It can provide an escape to just say, gosh, I wonder what it's like living in that city or that town, or having that beautiful romantic experience, or it just keeps our imagination going. And so I challenge you to be inspired by that. And with this too, maybe there's a favorite movie from your childhood that you want to reconnect with. Maybe there was a reason that it was your favorite and you haven't watched it in forever, and so you put it on and you rekindle some of these moments or some of these feelings, and it helps you to connect with your inner child. And it brings that forward and helps healing and nurturing, and it really will help in a big way to make you stronger, to go forward, because that's what we need right now. So beautiful energy here for us for this weekend. And as always, I wish you all of the love, and I wish you all the best navigating this weekend. As always, again, if you're interested in your own personal reading, I'd love to be able to do that for you. You can hit me up in the messenger on Facebook, and my Facebook is below in the description box here on YouTube. Or you can hit me up at enchantedemeraldny@gmail.com, or at the Square website posted at the top of the Facebook or in the description box below here on YouTube. As always, have a phenomenal weekend, everybody, and I will be back with you soon. Thank you. Take care.